Now then, folks, we've been looking at dates and everything like that, but we haven't really taken a look at MySQL. And the reason why this is important is because MySQL is what we're going to be using. Now, again, you don't have to use MySQL. You can use, if we go to PHP databases, right? You can use PostGRES SQL. You can use Sybase. You can use PHP. It's up to you and the queries, but it can talk to anything that you need it to talk to. It's not a big deal. In fact, one of my previous, not tutorials, but projects that we worked on was using Laravel. And one of the things that makes Laravel so intriguing to so many people is that it can eloquently turn everything that you input as a query into whatever database you're connecting to. We're using MySQL. Really, when it comes to queries, there is not that much of a difference. You're telling the machine, or you're telling the server to do things like you're speaking to a child. So as you can see here, we have select all from testing where one. Now, you don't need this. Where one means nothing. You can just do this, and you can go. And it'll take everything out of the table. If you go to SQL, right? And this is how we're going to... Now, SQL means something like sequence query language or something query language. But what it basically is it's just you speaking to your database. So you have to speak like you're talking to a child, right? And what do you want the child to do? Because computers they might be innovative for the human race, but they're more or less children, that they have to wait for you to tell them what to do. Not children nowadays, because my generation has spoiled everything rotten, but children in general, when children used to listen to their parents, you would tell them what to do. And in this case, you have to tell the table what to do. So when you see select star from whatever the table is, select star means all. I didn't fully explain that yet, but multiplications, when you're doing certain number to number multiplications, you would use star. When it comes to queries, or like we did with CSS, when you want to select all, you would use star, right? Now, like we said, for the whole website, we need this styling. And for this, if we want to select everything, we need the styling. Now, let me just explain for those of you that are new to web development, there are four basic functions that web development can handle. Creation, read, update, delete. CRUD, creation, read, update, delete. What that means is we can enter things into the table, we can take things from the table so we can read it, we can update things into the table, and we can delete things from the table. So far you have created and you have read. So we've done 3 of them, right? Creation, read. Now, select all from testing. We don't have to select all from testing. We can select when you say select all from testing, what you're saying is select everything. Now, if you were to say select username from testing, you're going to select every username, right? That's all we're going to get. We're just going to get usernames. You can do that for each one. You can say select created from testing, okay? And then you would just be selecting the created dates. You can say select text place. You get the point, right? So what you're first telling, and this is the syntax of SQL, what you're first telling the server is select or do what you want to. From here you can also say update from testing. You can say delete from testing, which would delete everything. You can also say insert, which we've done. But that's more or less what we're going to do, right? That for now, this is just like a beginner. We're gonna just kind of mention what we can do. Let's stick with select for now. And instead of, let's say we want everything, but we want everything, now we have to tell it under what condition. We want everything from testing, but under what condition? What exactly do we want? Where username equals, in quotes, what we want it to equal. CD the bookman. We want to select every single bit of every line from the testing table where the username equals CD the bookman. And we'll have everything, the ID, the username, the text place, the price, and the created date, where everything is CD bookman. Now, if we were to say equals, if we did something a little bit off, like made all caps, I think it will still find it. It still finds it. But if we were to say something where username equals fla, we don't have a fla. It'll come up with nothing. Well, that doesn't help. So what if we wanted something that, it's a search, and we wanted something that seems like that username? Easy. Where username, all caps, like, quotes, and then this is like wildcard. This is what this means. 2% signs. And within those 2% signs, CD. We'll just say CD. So where username like wildcard, and what we might want to be looking for. And now we have everything that's got a CD in it. Or seems like, yeah, looks like CD. Same thing with if we wanted to do where text place, like, and this is going to be really broad, F, something with an F in it, and we get everything with an F in it. So you don't have to go through just like equals something or whatever. You can do like something. So you don't have to go through anything that equals, you can do like. And you can carry this on even further. You can say where username, like CD, and all in caps. Everything that you're telling, if it's not something that you're putting in, like if it's not custom, like what we're looking for, or the name, whatever, the commands are in caps. It will not accept lowercase typically. I mean, I think it won't. No, it will. Okay, never mind what I just said. And text place equals D, nothing's going to come up because text place doesn't equal D. But we can go where username like, and it can be single quotes, doesn't have to be double, CD, and text place like F, lowercase f, and we'll get pretty much the same thing. Same amount of rows, same amount of anything. We can say where price like 1, because don't forget, this is all text. Even if we put it in as float, it comes out as text, so it doesn't matter. And we get everything here. We can say select price from testing where username like CD. And we get the price. There's also or, where username like bats or price like 1. And you get that. Price is like 1. There's no username that's like bats, but we said or. So it could be either or. Now you can also use SQL or MySQL to format certain things. Like you can get a total. Let me just make sure I get the syntax right. Okay, let me just, because I haven't done this in years, so I got to make sure I get this. All right. So we can say select And as you can see here, like select all from sales. Union just means you're going to combine. We're not doing unions right now. But you can say select sum. And when you see here, there is no total line. But what you can do is you can make one. We'll do that later. But let's just do sum. Select sum price from testing. Let's see if that will work. There it is, the sum of the price. Now again, we can turn that, we can put another table in there, like another line in there. So like, this is an insert, we're not doing an insert, but you can kind of give it its own table name. I forgot how to do that. But there's the sum. You can also do like date formats. So let's do MySQL date format. I used to do this all the time and I totally forgot. The reason why I don't like going to, yeah, there it is. So we can say, select all. See, this just keeps screwing up my internet for some reason. Keeps loading too many ads. That's the only problem with getting something for free. They got to keep loading ads on you. They're mining your data. But it would be... So we could do like this, and we could say date format. Created, and then here we can go month, date, year. No, that's not right. Let me see where created equals or like how do they put it in? Oh yeah, let's say 01. But this is not working. I don't like that. Let's see. Select. There you go. Well, that's not really what I was looking for, but... Oh, you know why? Okay, I'm doing it wrong. Hold on, my fault. Okay. Yeah, SQL does it differently. You have to go date format created. You have to do it with percentages, I'm sorry. So it's... I used to do this all the time. How did I forget? I think this should be it. I think. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you would do something like that, right? So that's the capital month. But again, like the date formatting is different than what we just did, which becomes confusing. Because I think it's this. To do this all the time. Why can't I remember this? It's just because it does percentages. It doesn't do like so here. Yeah, you see, and then you get the number. I can look at it for you. MySQL date format. That's SQL. We don't care about SQL. But it's no. I want my But it's, yeah, let me look at the reference manual. The way, there's add date, you can add dates, add time, you can convert time zones. You can do all this other stuff, day of the week, day of the month. I mean, they have a lot of time, like date formatting. And you see stuff like this I used to do all the time. So you can also, as you can see, you can also nestle functions together. But I'm just trying to get the format. You can add date. Again, I wouldn't do this in MySQL. There may be some times where you needed to do it in MySQL. If there was ever a time we needed to do it in MySQL, I would do it. We would do it in PHP. Here it is. Okay. So %A, %B, and lowercase gives you the name, the weekday name. So we can go to, and if you wanted, you can edit this. Edit, you can edit inline, and you can go let's do A and B. Let's just do that, A and B in percentages, and we'll see what it looks like. And it would be Sunday, January, or and of course the hours, you can do hours from regular time, military time. And you can also do day of year. All right, let's edit this, and let's go to day of year. Do that. 22nd day of the year. Since it was January 22nd, that's the day of the year. And like I said, you can manipulate. This, let's try from days. I've never done from days before. I don't know why this one has an underscore. I mean, that really didn't do anything for me. But, you know, like you have all these different functions and everything like that. Hour, last day. Last day of this month would be January 31st, 2023. So again, you have different functions in. Now is like if you were to say select now. It would just be now. But, you know, like that's something that you can also put in a table, just say like insert an entry and make a date now. You know, I mean, like again, we're talking to the MySQL server, so or the MySQL query line. So we have to do, and if you look down here, select all, select, insert, update. You know, you can do like that. If you click on it, I mean, this is why PHP MyAdmin is helpful. You can say update. But we didn't do updates yet. We're going to do updates. In fact, I think in the next video we will do updates. And this will make more sense. But I just wanted to get you more acclimated with MySQL and how you would speak to MySQL. Because when it comes to PHP, we are speaking to MySQL constantly. And you have to get a little bit more familiar with the format in which you do it. So again, you have these four methods: select, or read, create, update, delete. This is what you have. And you tell it what to do, and then from there you would tell it what to do with what to do. So again, it's like speaking. What do you want to do? I want to go outside. When I go outside, I want to go down the block. Like, you know, that's how you're saying, I want to select this for this reason. You know. So again, you're gonna see more of this. I just wanted to get you more familiar with MySQL since it's a big part of what we're doing. When I come back, like I said, we'll start doing updates. And we might even do deletes because there may be a reason why you would have deletes. So I will see you then.